It's time for a little comedy, a little content, and a lot of conversation. It's the Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube. Now here's your host, Geno Jones.
What's happening, everybody? It is showtime. Geno Jones showtime. I know, I guess you figured that out. You see the sign behind me? Yes, the Geno Jones Show. I come to you live Monday through Friday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 p.m. in Chicago, 3:30 p.m. out in Los Angeles on the West Coast, Central Time, Chicago Time, Houston, Memphis, Dallas, New Orleans, St. Louis, up in Milwaukee. Please, you and everybody you know and don't know, everybody you like, love, can't stand, hate, don't matter. Please subscribe to my channel. Please subscribe, share, and like. Subscribe to the channel. Tell everybody you know and don't know to subscribe to the channel, to like every episode, to share every episode, and to binge watch. Go back and binge watch all my episodes. All right. The Geno Jones Show brought to you this week is the big week. Birthday celebration week, Friday, which is my actual birthday. Friday of the Victoria celebration at La Creme, the La Creme venue, beautiful venue. Indoor and outdoor. Got a patio. We'll be out indoors, outdoors. Really sexy, swanky venue joint. Special guest, my man Marcus Allen. I got some other surprises for you. So you want to check? Please help me celebrate my birthday. Shout out to all my May babies, all of us Tauruses and Geminis. Come on and get it in. Everybody come celebrate all my 50 plusers, 40 plusers, don't matter, 30 plusers, 20 plusers, 60 plusers, 70 plusers. Just come on and celebrate with your man. All right, the official kickoff of my birthday weekend at the La Creme venue, 8440 Dorchester Road, 8440 Dorchester Road. That is the official Geno Jones birthday celebration weekend jump-off event. Sunday, Mimosa Me Please. The first one was incredible. Mimosas. Mimosas, you can just drink mimosas till you can't drink no more. Mimosa Me Please. It's a brunch. It's a day party. It's a pool party. The brunch catered by celebrity chef Carlos Brown. As a matter of fact, I'm going to try to get Chef Carlos back on the show so we can talk about this day party. Live music. Star Queen. Shout out to Star Queen and her band. They provided the live music the last time. It was incredible. Chef Carlos did the brunch. It was chicken wings and waffles and shrimp and grits. It was incredible. Shout out to the shrimp and grits restaurant franchise of Chef Carlos Brown. Now, this is going to be at a secret location. You got to get your tickets. And listen, you get your tickets. You trust me. This is special. Eventbrite.com. Eventbrite.com/Mimosa Me Please. Come on out, celebrate with me, help me celebrate my birthday, celebrate 17 years on the radio here in Charleston, having the #1 show on the #1 station. So it's a big celebration. Once again, Sunday, the Mimosa Me Please Part 2, brunch, day party, and pool party this time. Tickets only. Go to eventbrite.com/Mimosa Me Please. Bring all your girlfriends, all of them. Tell them to ride on down. Come on from Atlanta, Charlotte, up from Jacksonville. Jump on a plane. Come down from Chicago, New York, Philly, up from Miami. Come on from Dallas and Houston. Jump on a plane. Come on from LA. It's going to be that kind of event and that kind of a weekend. Speaking of the weekend, this is going to be a hard, tough segue. So Saturday, all of a sudden I saw something online. 10 people murdered at a supermarket in Buffalo. What? Saturday, a racist, hate-filled 18-year-old domestic terrorist, and I'm going to call him exactly what he is, a domestic terrorist, like white ISIS. Talked about ISIS and Al-Qaeda. He's like a white ISIS, a domestic terrorist, racist, hate-filled, murdered 10 people Saturday. Now remember, 2015, I remember getting a phone call, June 17th, 2015. A pastor friend of mine, he called me and said, "Now, Geno, don't, You can't say anything publicly. But there was a shooting at a church downtown, Mother Emanuel Church. And everybody in the church, at the time, he thought everybody was killed. I think there were 2 survivors, but 9 people were murdered by another young, racist, hate-filled, white male domestic terrorist. He was a little older than 18. I think that this dude was in his early 20s. Currently in jail. Murdered 9 people. So he came into church. They invited him in. He was a stranger. They'd never seen him before. At a Wednesday night Bible study, they invited him into the church. He sat with them and read scripture, and they prayed. And after they prayed, he got up and he murdered them. He slaughtered them like they were not human. So here we have a young, racist, hate-filled domestic terrorist, white male, went to a supermarket in an all-black neighborhood with the sole intent to murder as many black people as possible. He had some little paper, they call it manifesto. He put it in writing. So before I go any further, I want to honor and celebrate the lives of our ancestors, unfortunately, but they are among the ancestors. And I want to honor these people. Roberta Drury was 32. Celestine Cheney, 65. Aaron Salter was 55. As a matter of fact, he was a retired Buffalo police officer. He was a security guard, and he was a hero because this terrorist would have killed more people. But Brother Salter was the security guard for the supermarket. He shot at the dude, but this terrorist had body armor. You show up with body armor. And then he had a helmet on, and he live streamed the murders. He live streamed it on social media till they eventually cut it off, but it took him a while to do that. That's a whole nother conversation. So Aaron Salter, 55, a true hero. Andre McNeil, 53. Margus Morrison, she was 52. Geraldine Talley was 62. Hayward Patterson was 67. Pearl Young was 77. Catherine Massey was 72. Ruth Whitfield was 86. Ruth Whitfield lived to be 86 and died because of some racist, hate-filled, white nationalist domestic terrorist. Hated black people just because they were black. So the theme and the headline for my show today is racism was invented by white people in Europe in the 1680s. And it was imported to America. We have mastered the art of racism. So white people, I want to start off the show by asking you, what are you going to do to end racism? See, black people can't end racism because black people didn't invent racism. We didn't invent this whole made up, phony bullshit, call it construct, this system of whiteness, because it is a system that was created by a small handful of people, call themselves white, to maintain power and control over those who they thought were beneath them. And primarily it was other white, quote unquote, white people. Because whiteness is, like I said, it's a made up construct. There's nothing biologically, there's nothing, as they call it, the human genome. If you go get a DNA test, it will not come back and say, well, you are like 85% white. It might identify the region that you came from. So let me talk about, you've heard this talk about, so these white nationalists and these racists, and this thing is global, this whole white replacement theory, this bullshit, this misguided, confused, foolish, just a justification to hate somebody. And for you to feel that you have to be superior, that's a sign of inferiority. Because if you are confident in your own ability, you don't have to try to suppress anybody. You don't have to go around and talk about, oh, I'm superior to you. If you know if you are all that, you know it. As a matter of fact, you don't have to say a word. People will see your greatness and your whatever it is that makes you special. I was going to say specialness, but specialness is not a word. Your gift, your greatness, whatever it is that makes you so supreme, if that's really true, people will see it. And you won't have to say it. Not at all. But let's talk about this whole white replacement theory, which is some other bullshit that was made up basically that says, well, Jewish people. Now keep in mind, I guess with these people, Jews are not white. Now if you look at it, the average Jewish person, they look white. But to these races and anti-Semites, Jews are not white. So they are these, well, Jews are trying to get immigrants, trying to get black and brown, but primarily brown, like Hispanic immigrants. They want more immigrants to come over to America to replace white people. All right, you know what? We're going to stop the BS right here. And I hope some of you racist white nationalists are watching. I'm about to make your brain explode. But you're going to hold on to this foolishness. But it might seep in and sit in the deep recesses of your brain. You're being kind with your dumb ass because white replacement theory, white people being replaced in America. No, white people, you were the replacement. You replaced the indigenous people and the Native American people. So let's talk about this whole, white people are being replaced. Well, first of all, the Native Americans were already here. This is their land. And down around Texas, southern parts of Texas, New Mexico is the reason they call it New Mexico, Arizona, Southern California. The people who we know as Mexicans, that was their land. So they were already here. So you're replacing the indigenous people that were here. So let's talk about, when did black people get here? The first Africans, the first 20 plus Africans arrived on the shores of Virginia, I believe a town, Jamestown, Virginia, in August of 1619. Now, I encourage you to do a little homework, but I'm gonna help your dumb ass. So let's talk about this whole concept of whiteness. Because, all like European immigrants, when they first came to America, they weren't considered white. They eventually were accepted and kind of got deputized and like, all right, we'll let you in the club of whiteness. But let's talk about, so the indigenous people, Native Americans, were already here. The first Africans came to this country in August of 1619. Let's talk about, when did the first Irish, when did they get to America? Like the 1700s, the bulk of the Irish came to America. The majority, the bulk, came in the 1700s. As early as the early 1700s, actually. Even a few, the late 1680s and 90s. Let's talk about, when did Germans arrive, basically? When did you see the large German immigration to America? That happened in the 1700s. Let's talk about, when did the Eastern Europeans get here? Like from Austria and Hungary, Poland, from Russia, Lithuania, those regions. They basically got here still around from 1891 to 1910. That's when you had the majority of them. Let's talk about, when did the Italians, who came much later, when was the large Italian immigration from Italy to America? When did that happen? Started around 1900 to 1915. So the indigenous people were already here. So we really, if anybody replaced anybody, all of us replaced the Native Americans. And then Europeans came to America, and after the Native Americans were kind to you when you first got here and taught you how to grow crops and to survive the cold winter, how did you express your thanks and gratitude? You killed them and you gave them blankets with smallpox. And you moved them off of their land from Florida and Georgia, Louisiana, moved them west, put them on what they call reservations, the ones you didn't murder. And you stole black people from the continent of Africa. But you were Johnny, black folks were already here before, quote unquote, white people came to America. And the Native Americans were here before everybody. So how could anybody be replacing? You all were the replacements. This is not your native land. Stop with the foolishness. Being replaced. They're going to replace the white race. There's, once again, this whole concept of whiteness was made up. You are not white. Go get a DNA test and then read the results. Have the people, have the biologists, those who work in the labs, the DNA labs, ask them to read your DNA results and see if they mention white. They can show it to you on paper. It will not say white. Because whiteness is made up. There's no such true biological thing as whiteness. And it was created to hoodwink you and to make you think that somebody that looks like me or Mexican or Muslim or gay or lesbian person. Because remember, when the Irish first came here, they were treated, in essence, they were called the N-word. Same for the Germans when they got here. The Eastern Europeans, as a matter of fact, there were immigration laws to keep European immigrants out of America. Same for the Chinese. They got here like in, I believe, around in the mid-1800s, maybe as early as the 1820s or 30s, primarily in the mid-1800s, 40s, 50s, 18s, and they worked on the railroad, but they couldn't marry, they couldn't bring women over here. So stop with this replacement theory foolishness. Replace the white race. Whiteness is made up. It is a made up con. So the people that look like you, that's really oppressing you economically and politically, the reason why gas prices are $5 a gallon, the reason why the cost for housing is going up, the reason why you worked in a factory job or a blue collar job and you haven't gotten a raise in 20, 30 years, or you can't form a union to get decent pay while the CEO is getting 1,000 times what you make working on a line, on an assembly plant, or in a warehouse. The people that are making that decision, they look like you, part of this whiteness club, but they don't give a damn about you either. But they have to hoodwink you, and they know that you are gullible enough and dumb enough, for those who are dumb enough to buy into this whole concept of white nationalism and racism and hate, because it's like they can wave, it's like waving a red cape in front of a bull. They know you'll go charging right in. And while you're looking at black people or brown people or Muslims or Mexicans or gay, lesbian, bisexual, queer, the trans community, while you're looking at them, they will continue to oppress you. They'll continue to rob you blind, to suppress your wages, to have you pack up the equipment in your plant and ship it to Central America or Southeast Asia. They made black folks making those decisions. So what you mad about? What are you mad about? You mad at the wrong people. Those same racist, right-wing, radical Republicans that are exploiting your fear, hatred, racism, misogyny, sexism, anti-Semitism, anti-Muslim hate, anti-immigrant hate. They are exploiting you so they can control you. And in the meantime, profit and get rich off of it. Fox News. But I got something to say about those folks too. Because folks over at Fox News and Tucker Carlson and the dude I call Orange Hitler, yeah, that jackass that was in the White House that y'all voted for, yeah, dump, you know who the hell I'm talking about. And all these radical, right-wing, racist politicians and business owners, you all have blood on your hands because you have all the way back to Sarah Palin, who was the original Donald Trump. Sarah Palin was Donald Trump if Donald Trump dressed up in drag. And who knows? Behind closed doors, I wouldn't put nothing past him. That same, she appealed to that same racist, ass backwards, hateful, xenophobic, sexist, misogynistic outlook. Oh, you got to fear the other. They're not like us. Christians, y'all gonna burn in hell talking about what kind of Christian you are. Do you realize this form of Christianity, this white nationalist version of Christianity is a remix version of Christianity? This is not the, Christianity, the origin of Christianity. I know. I got to do this to you. Google it. Do your homework. The original Christianity in its origins originated on the continent of Africa. So this Christianity, this white, what we want to call it, the white evangelical American version of Christianity that supports these racists that voted for one of the most immoral people, and y'all voted for him to be president. The hypocrisy in that. Y'all's remix version of Christianity that emboldens and empowers and uplifts and supports all the good white Christians who on Sunday, they went to lynchings, and black people were being lynched in the town square and hung, and they were put on their Sunday best clothes, and it was a picnic. You know what the word picnic is short for? I'm going to educate you, and you can Google this. Picnic is short for N-word. They would gather these huge lynchings on Sundays, and they would all dress up and bring their children, and they'd all be all dressed up and bring food with them and watch it like they were watching a damn basketball game. That's the history. Because we're talking about, we don't want you to teach critical race theory. That means they don't want you to know history. They don't want the true American history to be taught. Because they're worried about, I don't want my little 4-year-old, 7-year-old white son or daughter will be, they'll be traumatized. Why would they be traumatized? The truth is going to traumatize them, or you're going to be traumatized because you would have to explain the truth about their ancestors, their great-grandparents and grandparents and great-great-great-grandparents. And why you still hold on, many of you all, millions of you hold on to that same racist, foolish ideology of white nationalism and white domestic terrorism. The FBI director in 2021 went in front of Congress, said the biggest domestic terrorist threat is from white nationalism. White nationalists and white nationalist violence. And that was a white dude, Christopher Wray, said it. So yeah, Fox News and all those other channels that embrace all of this foolishness from the election was stolen, the same people that want to take away a woman's reproductive freedoms and tell a woman what she can, and it's a bunch of old ass men that probably can't even get hard any damn more. I said it and I meant it. Half of them can't even get hard even with the damn blue pill. But they want to sit around and tell a woman what to do with their body because they're worried about, well, yeah, white women ain't having enough babies. And then, oh my God, what about the ones that's having babies with these N-words? Oh my God. Oh, they're replacing white people. You dumbass. It's a con. It's a con. These billionaires, Elon Musk's, don't care about you. All these millionaire right-wing Republican politics, they're using you so they can stay in power and they can get rich because of their rich racist donors that benefit from policies that will allow them to exploit people and to profit. Just think about the money the gun manufacturers are making. Fear and racism has generated billions of dollars for the gun manufacturers and the people that make armor and all kind of crazies. All this stuff. Fear, racism is big business, and it always has been. And you're the one that's being pimped for all you white nationalists. You want to call yourself supreme, and nothing supreme about ignorance and hate and fear. You are afraid that black people will do to you what you collectively have done to black people in America, not to mention the indigenous people. And I've said it on this show before. You all are just lucky for all the white supremacists out there, for all the Oath Keepers and the Proud Boys and the 3%ers and the KKKers and the Aryan Nation. You all are just lucky that black people don't want revenge. They just want to be treated equally. They really do. Because if black people were really vengeful, like you all have been, there would not be an America. There would be no America. But collectively, that's not who we are. It's just not. If you look at the most violent incidents in the history of America, from the Red Summer, all the race massacres from Tulsa to a town in Arkansas, I believe it's Enid, Arkansas, to Wilmington, North Carolina, just north of where I'm standing right now. Rosewood, Florida, just south of where I'm standing right now. Chicago, all your big cities, your race massacres. Tulsa, what's happened to Native Americans. The purveyors, the one group that has committed the largest domestic atrocities in America, have not been black people, they haven't been Native American people, have not been Mexican people, have not been Muslims, have not been gays, lesbians, queer, trans, bisexual. No, none of that. It has not been women. It has been men, it has been white men who espouse this racist hate and ideology. this white nationalism, this Jews will not replace us foolishness. You will not replace us. And a lot of y'all got a lot of black blood in you. Just walking around with swastikas tattooed on your forehead and all over your body. And swastikas, oh yeah. Get your DNA test. It'll really blow your mind. So stop with this. This is another reason why voting matters and elections have consequences. Well, you say, all right, Geno, well, how can voting stop this? Well, you know what? Might not be able to stop this fool, but you can put leaders in positions of power to create a climate to let these white nationalists know this, that we will not tolerate this, and you can put more politicians in office to create laws, to write laws, to make sure that we can surveil. And miss me with the First Amendment. Free speech isn't free. I don't have a right to go into a movie theater and yell fire. I can't get on an airplane and yell I got a bomb and not wind up going to jail. Or worse, I can't do that. Try walking through an airport. Try walking through Midway or O'Hare or Hartsfield or JFK and yell I got a bomb and see what happened to your ass. So, yes, free speech has limits. Free speech and speech that incites violence is different. You don't have the freedom to incite violence. You can't incite it, you can't call for it or encourage it. You can, but there are going to be consequences. That speech is not free. Not at all. Thank you for letting me be a part of your life. As always, God bless each and every one of you. God, most of all, thank you for letting me do the Geno Jones Show. I come to you live Monday through Friday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 p.m. Central, 3:30 p.m. on the West Coast. Please subscribe. If you're watching, you've probably already subscribed, but maybe you could be a new viewer. I see a lot of folks have been watching me today. If you haven't done it, subscribe to my channel. Please, you and everybody you know and don't know, subscribe to my channel. Share this and every episode. Like every episode. Go back and binge watch every episode. Geno Jones Show brought to you this week. Every day. Markel Bailey, CEO of Designer Cuts in Goose Creek. Also, he's the official sponsor for the Geno Jones birthday celebration weekend. Friday night, the big event weekend jump off at La Creme. Sunday, Mimosa Me Please 2. It's a brunch, day party, pool party. Star Queen Band performing live. Brunch by celebrity chef Carlos Brown. We got a DJ, the hookah station. If you don't know what hookah is, don't worry about it. Don't apply. You don't need folks that want to go ahead and sip on a hookah. We got the hookahs for you too. And yours truly, the king of MCs, the king of MCs. That'll be me. Jumping off celebrating my birthday. Get your tickets now. Ladies, bring all your girlfriends, your nieces. Bring all of y'all. All your bring the whole damn sorority with you. Get your tickets now. Fellas, come on out and go ahead and get it in with your man. Let's do this thing. Celebrate. Tauruses. All my Tauruses, I need to see you all both nights. So get your tickets right now for Sunday. Mimosa Me Please to eventbrite.com/Mimosa Me Please. Eventbrite.com/Mimosa Me Please. All right, Allie Jones, the official wardrobe consultant and stylist for the Geno Jones Show, along with Bruce Gage. Allie Jones on Instagram. Lexi with 2 X's, LEXXIE .Nicole _ that is that dash below at the bottom. Lexi with 2 X's .Nicole _ designs. Bruce Gage on Instagram. Miglio Di Mario. One more, that's MIGILIODIMARIOUOMO. I love each and every one of you. I really do. Mother, thank you for watching. You know I love you more than life itself. The next live edition of the Geno Jones Show is going to be Tuesday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern. Until then, as always, please be blessed, everybody. Pray for peace. Let's pray. Especially for the families and for the spirits and the ancestors of the 10 beautiful souls that we lost in Buffalo and the ones that we lost all over America this weekend and every day. Thanks for watching. See you live tomorrow, Tuesday, 6:30 p.m. But go back and binge watch this and all my episodes. Like and subscribe.
Subscribe and tune in to the next episode of The Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube.